Have you ever dreamt of a place so beautiful it feels unreal? A land of towering peaks and turquoise rivers? For years, I saw photos of northern Pakistan's majestic mountains and heard stories of its welcoming people. It felt like a distant fairy tale, until I decided to go. I wanted to see those mountains, walk ancient paths and breathe the crisp air myself. This is the story of that journey, into some of the world's most spectacular landscapes. The idea was thrilling and daunting. Pakistan, a name that conjures so many images, but I was drawn by tales of adventure and hospitality, eager to discover the truth. I pictured myself sipping chai, crossing rickety bridges and stepping far outside my comfort zone. The legendary Karakoram Highway called to me. It was time to pack my bags and embrace the unknown. Would the people be as friendly as I'd heard? Would the mountains be as breathtaking as the photos? I knew this journey would test my spirit and open my mind. Every adventure begins with a single step. Mine was about to begin. I was ready to leave the familiar behind and explore the northern mountains of Pakistan. Come with me, and let me share the magic I found in the mountains. Let me show you a side of Pakistan that will capture your heart, just as it captured mine. Many think grand adventures require grand budgets. Expensive flights, fancy hotels, lavish meals. I wanted to prove otherwise. To explore northern Pakistan with just $1,000. That sum had to cover everything: transport, accommodation, food, and souvenirs. It sounds tight, but I was determined. The key: travel simply, live like a local, and plan every penny. I took local buses, stayed in guest houses, and ate street food. This wasn't just about saving money, it was about experiencing the country authentically. My budget became my guide to a deeper journey. $1,000 goes far in Pakistan, especially in the rural north. I allocated most to transport, then accommodation, then food, with a small buffer for surprises. Careful planning made my dream achievable. Every low-cost meal felt like a victory, every affordable guest house, a hidden treasure. I learned you don't need luxury to feel rich. The real wealth was in the experiences. The world's wonders are accessible to everyone, regardless of your wallet. All it takes is planning and a heart open to simple joys. My journey began as I left Islamabad behind on a colorful, rattling local bus. The air grew cooler as we climbed into the Hunza Valley, gateway to the northern mountains. The bus ride was an adventure, winding roads, sheer drops, and the Kunhar River's brilliant green beside us. My first stop, Naran, a lively town bustling with local tourists. I found a simple guest house, welcomed with hot, sweet chai and a view of looming mountains. That evening, I wandered the main street, breathing crisp air and soaking in the mountain town's energy. The next day, a shared jeep took me up a bumpy track to Saiful Malak Lake. We crossed glaciers and waterfalls, clinging to the mountainside. The lake appeared, a deep blue jewel surrounded by snow-capped peaks, perfectly still. Local legends say a prince fell in love with a fairy princess here. Surrounded by beauty, it was easy to believe in magic. Hunza Valley was my gentle introduction to the grandeur ahead. I hiked, talked with shepherds, and sat by the roaring river. The valley was more than a place, it was a feeling of awe and peace. It taught me the rhythm of mountain life and prepared me for the wonders further north. Here I learned to feel small in the face of something vast and ancient. The journey was just beginning, the Karakoram Highway awaited. Leaving Kagan, I set out for Nanga Parbat, Killer Mountain, the world's 9th highest peak. To reach it, I took a thrilling jeep ride along a cliffside road above the roaring Indus River. Our local driver navigated the treacherous path with calm skill. My destination, Fairy Meadows, a name straight from a storybook. After the jeep, I hiked through pine forest, the air growing purer with every step. Emerging from the trees, I saw a lush meadow and, dominating the horizon, the colossal ice wall of Nanga Parbat. It was humbling, spiritual, a living entity. I stayed in a rustic cabin, no electricity or internet, just moonlight and a billion stars. Days were spent hiking closer to the mountain, watching clouds drift across its icy face. The mountain changed with every moment, a powerful, meditative presence. Nanga Parbat taught me humility and respect for nature's raw power. Locals call it Deo Mir, King of the Mountains. Sitting wrapped in a blanket, sipping tea, I understood why. It was more than a mountain, it was a sacred place of awe. That connection with the earth will stay with me forever. After Nanga Parbat's wild beauty, I continued north to the fabled Hunza Valley. For centuries Hunza was isolated, a real-life Shangri-La. The landscape grew even more dramatic, jagged peaks, Rakaposhi's snowy slopes rising from the valley floor. Arriving in Karimabad felt like stepping into another world. Stone houses, terraced fields, and the ancient Baltit fort. My guest house balcony offered panoramic views of Rakaposhi, Diran Peak, and Ulter Sar. The Barusho people are famed for their hospitality and longevity. I wandered cobbled streets, explored centuries-old forts, and hiked to the Eagle's Nest for sunrise. The first light turned the mountains pink and gold, a magical sight. Hunza's peace and community struck me most. Evenings were spent with my hosts, learning about their traditions. Hunza was more than beautiful. It had a soul. It felt like a hidden paradise in the heart of the Karakoram. I never wanted to leave. One of travel's greatest joys is discovering local food, and in northern Pakistan, it's as hearty as the landscape. My budget meant eating at roadside dhabas and family-run restaurants, the best way to taste real flavors. Meals were simple, delicious, and energizing. Chicken karahi, mutton karahi, dal chawal, and hot naan. Breakfast was often paratha with yogurt and strong chai. As I traveled north, the cuisine changed. Hunza's apricots appeared in everything: juice, jam, even soup. I tried diram fidi, a rustic bread mixed with butter and apricot oil. Perfect after a long hike. Food was about more than taste. It was about connection. Sharing meals made friends of strangers. I was often invited into homes, sharing food and stories even when we spoke little of the same language. One evening, a family shared their simple dinner of potatoes and bread with me. We communicated through smiles and gestures. That meal, shared with kindness, was one of the best I've ever had. The food nourished my body, the hospitality nourished my soul. In the north, every meal was a memory. Traveling northern Pakistan on a budget is possible and rewarding, with a little preparation. Travel like a local, use buses and shared jeeps, stay in guest houses, and eat where locals eat. It's cheaper, friendlier, and more authentic. Safety is key. Dress modestly, especially as a woman, and respect local customs. Avoid traveling alone at night and trust your instincts. Always ask before taking photos, especially of women. Learn a few Urdu phrases. Shukriya, thank you, goes a long way. Be flexible. Landslides and delays happen, but detours often lead to the best stories. Carry a small first aid kit, personal meds, snacks, and water. Respect, patience, and an open mind will make your journey unforgettable. The North rewards those who travel with humility and curiosity. Adventure is found in the unexpected. This journey wasn't just about places, it changed me inside. Standing before the Karakoram giants, I felt humble and connected to something vast. The kindness of strangers left the deepest mark. Countless cups of tea, shared meals, and help without expectation. Small acts of generosity built bridges between worlds. Simple joys, an apricot from a tree, cold mountain water, children's laughter, a sky full of stars, became unforgettable. These quiet moments made me feel truly alive. The world is not as scary as we're told, it's full of good people and beauty. I learned I'm stronger and more capable than I thought. I left a piece of my heart in the mountains, but I took a piece of them with me. Gratitude fills me for every experience and every kindness. The mountains are now part of me, a source of wonder and strength. I hope my story inspires you to seek your own adventure. The world is waiting. As my journey ended, I felt both sadness and immense gratitude. This story is my postcard from the roof of the world, a glimpse of the Pakistan I saw, a land of beauty, ancient cultures, and people with hearts as big as their mountains. I hope my words spark your curiosity and encourage your own adventure. You don't need to be fearless or wealthy, just take the first step. The world is waiting, full of wonders and friends you haven't met yet. My journey continues in memories and stories, and I'd be honored if you joined me in spirit. We are a community of dreamers and explorers connected by our love for this planet. What is your dream? Where does your heart long to go? Start small, plan a trip, learn about a new culture. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thank you for walking these miles with me through the mountains of Pakistan. The adventure is just beginning.